Hi everyone, my name is Chandra Knight and welcome to she'sunlimited.com. The series of videos that hopefully you will watch and continue watching will begin with my story. This particular story is actually going to be in reverse. I am going to highlight my failures. The only reason why I choose to highlight my failures is because I really want you to know how real I am and how real my organization is. I'm not here to give you the fluff and fairy tale about how easy it was and that I didn't, have to stay up all night to achieve my level of success. And by the way, I will explain my level of success is not yours or anyone else's, because it's defined by what you determine as your level of success. Even though Webster clearly states what it is, I choose otherwise. These series of videos will really give you the opportunity to see me in my natural self, without any filters, without any makeup. And I'm not talking about the physical, I'm talking about more spiritual and more mental and emotional. Years ago, 17 to be exact, I had a child. I was 15 years old. And I was clueless, I was lost, I was alone, and I felt abandoned. I felt like I failed. I felt like I messed up. I really did. I had parents that had very high expectations of me. They had military background, so they didn't play. So for me to have a baby at the age of 15, it was a big no-no. So I felt like a failure. I can remember being in my room. My baby was maybe 6 weeks old. And I can remember saying to myself, what am I going to do now? What is my next step? And I remember praying to God and asking Him to give me the strength to be the best mother that I can be, with His help, of course. And I remember asking Him to highlight my steps. Do any of you remember the Michael Jackson video where the piano was the background and he played the piano with his feet and all of the keys were highlighted? That's what I thought about during that time when I was praying and asking for guidance. I asked for Him to highlight my steps and show me what I needed to do. Not only to be the best parent for my child, but to make the best decisions and for me to continue on with my life. During that time, there was a couple of things that I experienced, and the one thing that I will never forget was what it meant to be a success. And I wasn't even talking about business success at the time. I was just talking about just getting through life and being comfortable and being happy. The two things that I took away at 15 years old, now remember that, was faithfulness and consistency. You have to be faithful in everything you do. Everything is a relationship. So if you're not faithful in your relationships, you can't be consistent. You can't be a success. It's impossible. You cannot start a relationship with a man or a woman and decide that you want to have several relationships going on in the background. For the average person, that doesn't work out. You're not being faithful. You can't start a business. Say, for instance, you want to start an accounting business today, and tomorrow you're selling weave. Come on, it doesn't work. Faithfulness. You have to remain faithful. I am faithful in everything that I do. I'm not perfect. This is not a video about me being perfect. I am going to highlight my flaws. I'm going to highlight my failures because I want to be as real and as transparent as I possibly can be. This video is really for those of you who are trying to find yourself, for those of you who are clueless as to what your next step is and what you should do. I can't tell you the answer to that. I can't tell you that, God showed me your next step, because to be honest with you, if he showed me your next step, if he confirmed it, I'll say, if he confirmed it, you already know the answer. He's not telling me anything that he didn't already tell you. This video is to show you that you can fail and still be successful, because you want to know why? Because success is defined by you, not by anyone else. It's defined by you. I could sit here and say that I'm a 33-year-old property manager, and I am a professional guru in real estate, and I have 3 children, and I am a professional speaker. All of that's great, but that doesn't define who I am or my successes. That just tells you what I do to make a paycheck to pay my bills. It tells you what I do as a joy, what I do as a hobby, and it tells you who's in my life. That's all it tells you. I could work in those fields. I can be a professional speaker, but my success is what defines me. My success, not yours, not the next person's, mine's. The one thing that I do want to highlight before we go on to the next video is the word unlimited that's in She's Unlimited. That name came to me one night, just kind of out of the blue. And I know that it wasn't a mistake or a coincidence, because I had been praying and asking for God to show me something that made sense and that fit what I was trying to do. I didn't want to coin myself as a motivational speaker, an inspirational speaker, or a spiritual speaker. I don't like titles like that. I really don't. So I wanted something that made sense, and unlimited made sense. It makes sense because you have no limits on yourself when you want to be successful. You should be willing to go outside the box. You should be willing to do whatever it takes, within reason, of course, to accomplish your goal. If that means that you have to take the last of what's in your checking account and invest it in something that you are not sure of how you're going to do, but you know one thing, that you have a God that is faithful to you and you're faithful to him, and that you have the discipline and you're willing to fight and work hard at everything you're doing, you have nothing to lose. So I hope that you watch the next video, you learn a little bit more about me. I'm not going to give you any steps to success. I'm just going to give you what I did. I'm going to tell you my story, and hopefully that'll motivate you and inspire you to pull that unlimited potential out of yourself. Tap into it. Thank you.